Hello everybody and welcome to this trading session in FX Street with the series of Nailing FX. My name is Pedro Mejias and I'm with my trading system, the order flow. And before we begin, please read the disclaimer. I want to read it with you anyway. The following video clip demonstrations are for educational and instructional purpose only. Tradewithufos provide these videos purely for the purpose of demonstrating the method of using the product. Users understand that all the content used in the video is purely for demonstration purposes only and is not a guide and does not provide any indication or prediction of actual results. As a user, you understand and agree that hypothetical results obtained to the demonstration do not indicate in any way the results you may receive on using our products. All right. And if you're watching this live, uh, let you know that we have a chat available where you can ask anytime any question. And if you're watching the recording and you need to ask me something, there's my email right on the screen. It's pedro@tradewithufos.com. And either you are live now or watching this recording, you can send me an email anytime. I will be happy to answer any of your questions, okay, or requests. As I said before, I trade with the order flow system, which is a quantitative way of trading, different from technical analysis, which is based on patterns and previous action, price action, and all that kind of stuff. I focus more on data, on what's actually happening at the moment, or just a few ticks away. Okay, and I do the order flow system because I believe that it's easier for me to predict in a very small period of time. Let's say, how hard will it be to predict a trade that's going to happen, I don't know, in an hour, what's going to happen with the price in 2 hours, in 1 day. I mean, for me, that's very hard to figure it out. So I prefer to trade in a very short period of time based on data I can actually see, okay? And I know most of you might be from trading Forex, which I do. I trade Forex, but I base my information, my data, in the exchanges, the Forex exchanges, in this case the CME, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is where I get my data from. And that's where basically all the Forex broker build their CFD from that data, okay? And well, before we go to some charts and explain a little bit of this technique, I would like to speak a little bit about my sponsor here. First one will be Tradewithufos. Tradewithufos have a trade with UFO indicator. You can see now on the screen. We're watching the Euro FX future. You can use anything. You can see any asset and install the indicator on top of it. Okay, you can see these red lines here and the greens ones below. What it indicates is zones where you can sell or buy or use as targets or stop losses. Okay, a very easy way to use this indicator is to first you need to have a bias. Okay, whether it's long or short. Once you have the bias, all you have to do is see what's above or below your current price. Let me just refresh this. The indicator just go away. Okay. Let's say that our bias here is a long, right? And we want to buy. And we see these green areas that run down here where the price just break up. And according to this indicator, here there are pending orders ready to execute a long entry in the market. So when the price reach nearby this area, we will be ready to buy, right? And our target will be this area, which is the selling zone for this current asset. Okay, so that's very easy to understand. When price reach nearby here, we buy. We can use this as stop loss behind this area here. You can see this rotation here, this accumulation right here on the price. So we put our stop loss behind this, and we enter the market nearby this green area. Once we are in the market, our stop or exit or profit taking will be around the red area. Okay, recommend you to always go a little bit below it, so just to make sure you get an exit. Okay, and well, that's pretty simple indicator. Is pretty useful. Is pretty good. It's one of the best indicators you can have. It works with TradingView, works with TradeStation, and also is going to be available soon in NT4 or NT5. Sorry, and NT5 is going to be available first, so you can have access to this indicator very soon in NT5. And where are you going to be able to get this indicator very soon in NT5? It's going to be in my other sponsor, which is Skydesk. Okay, Skydesk is a BPS platform where you can install your EAs, your indicators, anything is based on the cloud. You have already pre-installed the NT5 or the NT4. You can use your EAs or whatever automatic strategy you may have, and the prices are really incredible. Just $9.99, right, for the month, and you have already pre-installed your NT4 or NT5. You also have traditional VM, which is based on a Windows platform, but it's all access through the browser, the web browser. You don't need to download or install anything. You can even access from your mobile phone. Okay, it's very, very great and very simple to use. So remember, skydesk.com, and Tradictive with TradingView, where you can actually see here my tradewithufo.com/Pedro, where you can get this indicator using my link. Okay, so now let's jump up to the chart using the order flow system. What we might see here is pretty similar to what I just showed you with the TradingView indicator. Okay, this is the euro. Once again, this, as you see here, is pretty much what I use to trade the indicators and everything. It's pretty simple. I'm going to explain to you every part of this and what else you can do with this software. The software is actually amazing if you want to trade in a quantitative way. Okay, not too much on technical analysis, but more in quantitative. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how you can do this. I had a question from Davey. I don't know, Davey. Any plan to make this compatible with C-Trader in the future? At the moment, we have on the list the NT5 and the NT4. Okay, the C-Trader don't know because not many people use it. Okay, but you can, just as I did with the TradingView, for example, you can just use that the indicator there and use any other platform for place the trade. So you might use NT5 to see the chart, okay, or TradingView, and put your trade in the C-Trader. I mean, that's something you can do. It's the same thing with what I'm about to show you here. This you can use this software for, for planning your trades and then place your trade somewhere else. Okay, that's something very easy to do. Okay, just by using the price. Okay, so all right, thank you, Dave. All right, here we can see this is the euro. Okay, I use, in this case, just as I explained before, I use this for planning my trades. I can enter my trade anywhere else, okay, in any platform, even an NT4 or NT5, in C-Trader, in TradingView, in any platform. Okay, in this case, I'm using the information from CME, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Just give me a minute. And here you can see real data, the real feed from the exchange. This is the future, euro futures, and the price will be slightly different forex, from the forex part of the most brokers. Okay, let me just show you a comparison, just to so you can understand what I mean. Let me just show you. I'm gonna open a chart in the euro. Let me go for the euro in forex. Okay, here is. Let me just show you an example. Here is a 5-minute chart. Okay, on the euro, but you can see how they look a lot like that. They are almost the same thing. The movement is the same. You will see it going up or down at the same time. If we focus, for example, the last candle, you will see that they move pretty much alike. So in the case you don't have or you are trading in somewhere else instead of the futures, for example, in Forex, this is the Euro USD, you can see here. You can place your trades in any other platform. Just look for your entries in the quantitative order flow information. Okay, that's a way you can do this in any other platform. It's not necessary to put your trade here. I trade here and I see the information here. Everything I do here, so you can do that the same too. Okay. All right. So what's the difference between quantity information and technical analysis? Well, technical analysis is based on patterns like, oh no, you see a butterfly or a Fibonacci or whatever, and you place the trade, right? In here, we don't do that. We base our trades in real data, in information. I'm just showing you candles so you can understand pretty much what I mean. Let me explain my chart a little bit here, what I have here right now. On the right side, you can see these lines, green and red, and they have a little number on the side, which this is the depth of market. Okay, these are pending orders. Okay, I can see people, institutions, whatever, that are willing to sell at this exact price, this exact amount of contracts or lots. Okay, for example, we see here this at this price there are 179 lots being sold. Okay, and on the green side we have the buyers pending orders. Okay, so you can see here 126 lots being offered to buy at this price. Okay, and you can see that all the way. You can see here 400 lots on the buy and the pending orders. Okay, waiting for somebody to take them. Okay, and so on. You can see here 870. So this is significant because it shows us levels on the liquidity side. Okay, we can use that information to trade or not to trade. Okay, depending on what you're doing. And we can also see the total amount of lots in each side. Okay, we can see there is a lot on 11,500 or so lots or contracts on the buy side, the selling side here, and 6,300 something on the buy side here. Okay, in total, in the whole exchange, in this case the CME, which is Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is who regulates the futures market. Okay, and here we have the candlesticks, which I use just as reference to see in an easy way or at a glance what's going on in the market. I also have this indicator, these blue lines and this red line here is a VWAP. Okay, it's a volume average. It shows me the volume average of the day. Okay, I can set it up to see the volume average of yesterday, last week, last month. In my case, I use it every day. it start showing me the average of the volume at the beginning of the trading session. Okay, and here on the left, these bars, these green bars, gray bars, are the volume. Okay, the volume. If you are using volume, which is the most important thing of trading, is useful only if it's horizontal. Okay, vertical volume is completely useless because just will tell you that, oh yeah, there was volume in this candle, but at what price? So at what price is here? You can see that at this price there was 3,088 lots traded. All right, this the most traded price of the day. So it's called point of control. So you can see that only if you're using volume horizontally. Vertical will be completely useless for these purposes. And we can also see here, I have activated in my chart the value area low and value area high. What this means is that in my case, I have like 75% of the trades were made between these two prices. So it's like where the price has been most traded between these two lines, okay? And the most traded price is the point of control. So I'd use this also as reference to know my bias. Where am I going to trade? I'm going to trade on the long side. I'm going to trade on the short side. So I base my decision at a glance just by looking at the VWAP. Okay, the VWAP, the point of control on the value area high and value area low. So if I see most of the trades happening about this red line, which is the volume average, I would try to look for a long. If I see that is trading below, I would try to look out for a short. Okay, and always taking in consideration the point of control. Okay, if it's in line with the VWAP, okay, with the volume average, and between still inside these value areas. Also, I will consider these are deviation of this volume average. So I will consider if there's still a chance to get in without high risk. For example, right now, I won't enter a trade here because it's getting outside of the value area high and also outside of the second deviation of the volume average. So that will mean that there's a lot of chance that the price might retrace back here. So I won't enter right now at this moment. And I also have an indicator. These boxes here are for big trades. I set it up for big trades. You can set it up as well. When there's a big trade on the top and the price doesn't go up, it's bad news for these guys because they will probably be losing money. And other thing I look up for before entering a trade, once I decided which is my bias, I will look for my entry. Where am I going to enter, right? So I look for rotation. Price rotation is something like this, where you see price going up and down. Okay, let me just put you this example right here. Okay, you can see how price are rotating up and down, and then there's a breakout. And this creates real support and resistance. Okay, and now I'm going to show you. Let me just extend this so you can see what I mean. How every time when the price try to go through this area, this dense area, this is volume here. Okay, we can see in the volume graph how long they are because there's a lot of money here making these rotations. And once this rotation is broken, like on the downside here in this case, you can see how the price have a very hard time try to go through it. Okay, and finally did it here. But look what happened when it tries again to go on the downside. In this case, is having a hard time again to go through this dense area. Okay, because volume, this volume, you can see here on the left, which is a lot of volume here, is very hard to go through. Have a lot of resistance in this case. Okay, and it's not like those resistance you might be drawing. I don't know. Some people just take the like the highs and the lows and put a resistance there. I don't know, some technique like that. In this case, this is based on volume. It's based on facts and real things. Okay, that's why it worked and it will always work. Okay, and now you can see how it tries again to break on the downside, but it didn't happen. Okay, just went up again. Okay, and right now you can see these lines here that are showing up. This is another indicator I have, which is called imbalance. Okay, I'm going to explain imbalance in a minute. So once I identify my bias, in this case, it's going to be a long entry, and I have searched for a rotation area, which you can see is confirmed here, and here again. Okay, maybe too many touches are not good for entry because they're going to be um, exhausted. The pending orders here is going to be not so aggressive like it was on the first touches. Okay, so be careful with that. But I'm going to just show you something. Let me just open up the candles here. So now we can see what's inside the candles. So the only way you can see this information is using this type of software, okay, the order flow software. We can see how exactly this rotation was formed and what was traded at what price, how many contracts on each side. Okay, we can see who were losing money here and who made the movement possible. Okay, because we can see the sellers, we can see the buyers, how many, okay, how many buyers, how many sellers, everything is here, all this information. Of course, this is not easy to digest at just one session. It will take more than that. But I just want you to open your mind and to this information, this technology that you can use on your daily trading and base your trade in data, in facts, not in just a butterfly or oh no, a Fibonacci number or something like that. I if it works for you, the Fibonacci or whatever, fine. But I prefer to actually see data, actually see where the buyers and the sellers are, and trade accordingly. Because most of this rotation are traps. Okay, most of these are traps, and people will waiting for this guy might be thinking, oh, this is not going to move any lower, any higher, so I'm going to buy or sell, and that's what the person who set up the trap want you to think. So you will be buying, and he will be keeping the price in rotation in order for once he is satisfied with any quantity he wants to hold, then let the price go and may you lose your money. Okay, and you can see here, for example, how he pushes with this big trade here, how he pushes the price down, all right, and hit stop losses, okay, and push the price a little bit lower and take profit. Once he took his profit here, you can see this big exits, all right, 120, 143. Then the price just start moving up, like regular. And here we can see again how the once the price touches the exit point, bounce back again, okay? And these are probably more stop losses and goes on and goes on, okay? It's repeat every time. And every time you see a trap, it will happen the same thing, because let me just go back to the candles so I can explain it to you more simple. What really happened when there is a trap going on. For example, we see here the trap, right? And we enter as a victim of this trap. We buy because we think, oh, this will continue up, right? Because this, you see how this was coming on the upside, right, or the way up, and it retraces a little bit, and then we say, oh, let's buy because will continue, this continuation of the uptrend, or my Fibonacci number showed me that I have to buy here, whatever, okay? So you buy, and suddenly the price just drop, and you are losing money. So what do? You either hit your stop loss and help the price to go further down, or you close your trade, right? But where would you close your trade? You will close your trade nearby, um, closer or nearby or closer to your entry. So once many of these traders that are losing here, they see the opportunity to exit their trade right here. Okay, when the price is getting to the area again, and if you are buying, you need to sell to get out. And when you sell, you drop the price again. Okay, and that's what just happened here. So it's like a second chance for these losing traders right here. And that's where I want you to focus, because that second chance for these losers is our opportunity to actually make some money. Because once we identify the area, we can expect these losers to get out of the trade, and that's where we're going to enter. Right, we're going to enter right here. When they they accept that they're losing and they need to close their trade, and we will enjoy the profit on this movement. Okay, and one of the rules I have is that I have to be always in between the value area high, the value area low, and also in between the deviations, okay? Because that will allow us to have some room, okay, to make some money. If you enter your trade outside here of all the action or the volume, the movement won't be, that big. So you have to be careful when you put your entry. So look for rotation and opportunities inside the volume, okay? Because it's where the money is, where the traders are going to buy or sell. So you need buyers if you are selling. You need sellers. You are buyers in order to get out or get in of the market. So that's very important. Also, you might notice when you are live trading, you will see the liquidity that is here on the right side, right at those interesting points. Okay, I cannot show you right now because there is nothing happening like I will take a trade right now. But if, let's say, for example, that this is our area here and we're waiting for people to close their trade here in this touch of the rotation area, I will be looking also for the liquidity to be higher around this area, okay? To be higher, like this one, for example. That will confirm that there is money waiting there to buy, okay? And there's gonna be money available, contracts available for me to enter, and also I will need the same thing in order to exit the market, okay? So I don't know if you have any question. You can use the chat, or as I told you in the beginning, you can use my email, pedro@predicted.com. You want to send me an email, you want to have access to this software, just send me an email and I will send you the download links, okay, so you can try it and test it for yourself, and start trading with this technique, which is quantitative trading, and using the numbers, the facts that is always in the market. So when somebody finds a good trading method or good indicator or whatever, and a lot of people start using it and start failing because it's like something somebody discovered. Well, this won't happen here because volume there's always going to be volume. There's always going to be the numbers. I mean, this is something that is being used for forever in the market, and we always work. Okay, this will always work I'm not telling you that you will have 100% success rate. No, not at all. You need to practice a lot. You need to see a lot of screen time in order to understand what's happening and and to understand how to read this information. Okay, but the successful rate is very high. I think it's higher than anything that I have ever tested. I've been trading for many years, and when I started using the order flow, the quantitative trading, it changed completely, changed everything for me. Really was game changing, and I won't trade it for anything. Okay, I just want you to know that. And one recommendation I would like to give you before we end up the session is that you focus on one asset only, okay? Because when you focus on one asset, and also when you have that asset, let's say the euro, for example, like I do, and I also trade in the same period of time every day, let's say 2 hours in the morning, for example, or 3 hours in the morning, or 4 hours, whatever you want, but always in the same times, okay? Because when you get familiar with an asset at a given period of time, you will start to notice when there is a big liquidity, when there is a normal liquidity, when there's a big trade happening, all right, when there's a lot of imbalances, everything, you will start to identify them very easily, okay, just by seeing it because you are familiar with this, with what's happening in the market at that time, okay. Um, uh, Thank you very much for your time. I have learned something new today. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. That's great. That's the idea of these sessions. So you learn something new and you can use it. That's which is more important um, than only learning or seeing something new, something different. Uh, this is not so so popular because it's not that easy as just putting a Fibonacci number or see a dinosaur on the chart. You have I won't say that it's harder because for me uh, it is not actually when you have a technique and when you start seeing things looking for specific things you will find this very easy, okay, and the results will pay off pretty soon. So I think this is the one thing that I would recommend to learn. Okay, quantitative trading, order flow, and using the proper software is also something that is very important in this case. Okay, and well, let's take a look a little bit of more indicators we can set up here. For example, you see these green lines. I'm going to go to the to indicator chart. For example, we can have these bars extended, so we can we go back there. Um, we can have these bar extended for, let's say, 100 bars, and we can see these as resistance or support, okay, depending on how we are configured. And remember, the time of the day is also important because we have to be familiar with what is a big trade and what is not in order to have a more precise indicator, okay. In this case, we have imbalance of 3 range. You can put one range and increase the imbalance ratio, let's say 400%, and add a volume to it, so it will only show us the imbalance, big imbalance. Let's say here, for example, this is a very nice setting here on the top because it's a sell imbalance because it's red and it's right at the top and the price could not move higher from here. So this is a perfect indicator for selling, okay, for go short. And you can see how the price just moved down here. I like to find these imbalances on top, and when it's either a buyer or selling imbalance on top or a bottom, okay, like here, okay, you can see how then the price just move up, and the same here. Okay, you can see how this is like a real support, real resistance happening in real time. You can see how the price just went higher here, and the same you can see here. Let me just remove this one. Here you can see this red one. Okay, right here at the bottom, and you can see how it's respected again. Okay, because of what I just told you about the second chances. The losers here just took this as a second chance and moved the price high again. Okay, so there's many ways to trade this information. Okay, one is like just I show you with the breakouts. You can do imbalance alone. Okay, and it will works perfectly. You can do big trades like this, for example, here. You can see this big trade here, and trade that as well. I mean, there are many techniques that can be used in quantitative trading, and we have many indicators here on this platform. Okay, and you can have just set whatever you are comfortable with to trade. Even the liquidity here on the side, you can change colors, change everything. You can put this in whatever you want. You can use volume chart, tick chart, whatever. And the volume on here, you can also change that to see, for example, the bid and ask, right? Buyers and sellers at each price. Okay, at the glance, you can see where more buyers or where more sellers just at a given price. Okay, you can see all that. You can see here on the screen here. It shows you exactly how many buyers, how many sellers were at this price. Okay, there's a lot of information you can get from an order flow platform that you can use. You can even, if you have a technique that is already working, you can use this as confirmation for that technique. If you are looking, I don't know, for a given price and then you see that price, there's a lot of liquidity, oh, that will confirm um, your idea, okay? Or you see that there is a lot of volume in that area, that will confirm your idea as well. I mean, there are many ways how you can combine this information with whatever you're doing, and you can even create new ways to trade this, okay? But you have to to spend a little time learning and checking what the useful information you may get from this platform. Okay, just like the example I show you here with the UFOs. Let me just refresh here. Pretty much like this is showing here pending orders. All right, on the buy side, the same way you can do with the order flow system, because it can show you exactly what happened here. Okay, how much money is here, and how many pending orders they are at that price. You can see it here, right? It's not being, it cannot be hidden from you. It's right there, and you can use it. Like, why not use it? You can do that. Why just go for a simple candlestick chart with nothing else, with no information? You will be in disadvantage in the market, okay? Because professional traders have this information and more, okay? You can have a lot more, but this is basic for professional trading to see where the money is, where the pending orders are, what has been traded, how much has been traded at a given price, how much money is waiting at a given level to be executed. All that information is vital if you want to succeed in trading. Okay. So remember, if you want to have more information and you want to get access to this software, all you have to do is just send me an email at pedro@predictive.com. You want the UFO software, you can get it here at tradewithufo.com, Pedro. And there are also one-on-one sessions. Let me just show you. Where you can set a time if you want to I don't know, clarify something in your trading. You can request some one-on-one coaching. Okay, here at tradewithufo/Pedro, and meet with me, and you will we can set up a session and one-on-one. I can explain to you my technique or whatever that you're lacking of using the order flow system or in trading in general. You can meet me here, set up a time with me, okay, and we can go deep in whatever areas you might lacking or you want to learn, okay. And well, just remember, we also have a YouTube channel, which is here, youtube.com/tradewithufo. I do live sessions every Tuesday in whatever is Trading View, FX Read, or in YouTube. Okay, you can meet me there every Tuesday in YouTube or in FX Street. You can see the calendar there and just see me at every show. Okay, and well, remember, any question, any request, you want to get access to the software, just send me an email, pedro@predictive.com. I will be very happy to send you a message and send you the links so you can download the software, okay? And we are running out of time. This is a 45-minute session and the time is over right now. And well, thank you for you guys for joining me and hearing me for a while, and hope you see you in the next session in YouTube the next Tuesday. And well, have a good one. Thank you guys.